Before I got into tech, I was mostly studying because I was still in high school and I didn't know anything about the tech world or the tech industry. I mentioned that in a previous video. So what I did is I want to show you in this video, it will be much shorter than the other ones. I will show you how to learn coding or programming within 4 months and how to actually land a job. So what I did, I told you that before that I didn't even have a cybersecurity or a computer science degree, so I did it without a degree. But I cannot say I did it without a bootcamp or a course, to be more exact. How it worked for me, it was a little bit different. I got into the cybersecurity course, but I was learning nothing about programming. I got a gig on cybersecurity within the first year, but that's another thing. I want to show you how I actually landed a gig with coding. I started learning the cybersecurity thing. I also started learning tutorials in YouTube, but I didn't have no one to show me the path or how I would work on coding, how I would get a job, how I would find best literatures. I was going just with YouTube tutorials, like how to do this, how to do that, how to do that. 2 months into my cybersecurity course, there was this opening for a free course on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which lasted like 3 weeks. I went into it, it was a short boot camp, but it taught me lots of stuff about coding. One of the things I mainly learned is I could do on my own website within a month with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. After that, I got into WordPress. So in WordPress, it's like a drag and drop platform where you can create like easier website. But with my skills on HTML and CSS, I would be able to customize the website even more. I knew how JavaScript worked, so I was able to create a much better website than the one I previously learned. I didn't have the best literature, which most of you have right now. You could go into YouTube, type anything, and you would learn it. There was this distant relative who was really interested in making a website, but I knew nothing about domains and hosting and all that. But the lucky thing is that he got that all figured out. He wanted a good design for his company. It was a really small business, to be honest, and it's not that he paid me tens of thousands of dollars for that website, but it was one of my first gigs as regarding coding. What happened is in 3 months I was able to master WordPress. I was able to create really good websites. I knew HTML, CSS, I knew a little bit of PHP because I was also getting into the SQL, so I knew how to create a table, how to drop a table, or even delete one. And that really helped me a lot. I knew a little bit about the front end of the website. I knew a little bit about the back end. So I was able to create functions, but I was also able to make a website look really good, to be honest. This guy came up to me, he said, I need a website, I need a static one, I don't need functions and all of that stuff behind it. And it was the lucky day for me. I was able to do it. I was able to finish it not that fast. Now we were able to create a website from scratch in 1 day. But around that time, it took me 1.5 months in my own. It's not that I was the best at it, but I was able to finish it really good. It was one of my first money that I made from only coding. Right now, it's much easier for you to get into it. There's all these platforms, we've mentioned them, Udemy, blah, blah, blah. But the best one is Course Careers. If you want to learn coding and you wanted to actually get a job, not just a gig like I did, if you want to get a high salary, high paying job, let's say 80,000, 120,000 a year, that comes later on. Course Careers is the best place to go. You go onto coursecareers.com, sign up, you get a small discount, you go onto a free trial, and you start getting your path to be a full-on software engineer. Don't be just a front-end or don't be just a back-end developer. Try to be a full-stack developer, because the full stack means that you know the front, you know the back, you know how the whole website works, and you can also create your own platform from scratch. If you have a good idea, it doesn't matter. Maybe you don't want a job, you want to develop your whole idea. I'm with you. I'm telling to everyone, even if you have a job, if you have an idea on your mind that you always wanted to create, chase it and make it come true. Because that's the only way you will learn for sure coding and programming. This video is much shorter than the others. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments. And as always, this is Egji signing off.